guys, in this video we're going to be looking at energy and work, the work-energy principle. A. If the kinetic energy of an arrow is doubled, by what factor has its speed increased? And B. If its speed is doubled, by what factor does its kinetic energy increase? Okay, so this problem simply comes down to manipulating formulas. So let's start with part A first. Okay, we're dealing with kinetic energy, and we want to know how its speed is affected and by what factor it increases. Okay, so the formula for kinetic energy is 1/2 mv squared. Since we want to know how speed is affected, let's isolate for v. In other words, multiply both sides by 2, divide both sides by m, and then square root the entire expression. So you're going to end up with v is equal to the square root of 2 ek over m. Now, constants aside, essentially what you've got here is, okay, root 2 over m times root ek. Okay, so this here in front, this is just a constant. You can just call it k. It's a constant. It's simply a factor that you multiply. What really matters here is that the speed is proportional to the root of the kinetic energy, square root of kinetic energy. Okay, so that means that if I want to double kinetic energy, so in other words, if ek becomes 2 ek, simply plug it in that formula. Okay, so then root ek becomes root 2 ek. Okay, now getting this by itself to make it look like the original statement, okay, you get root 2 root ek. Whenever you have a square root, you can divide it amongst any of the two things within the product. Okay, so root 2 root ek. The root ek, this was v, remember? So therefore, now v must be proportional to root 2 root ek. Okay, so in other words, the speed increases by a factor of root 2. Okay, so therefore, the speed increases by a factor of root 2. Okay, so that's not so bad. Part B. If its speed is doubled, by what factor does its kinetic energy increase? Okay, so part B is actually a lot simpler. So for B, again, we have our kinetic energy formula, 1/2 mv squared. Okay, so now this time, our speed is doubling. So we're going to replace v with 2v. Okay, so now when the 2 and the v get squared, okay, that square gets applied to both. You're going to end up with 4v squared. So 1/2 m 4v squared. Let's try to make it look like the original expression. Okay, so let's take out the 4, bring it to the front, and you're going to have 1/2 mv squared. So 4 times the original ek. That's your new ek. So why don't we call this ek star? Okay, so your new ek, your ek star is 4 times the original. So doubling your speed actually quadruples your kinetic energy. So therefore, the kinetic energy increases by a factor of 4. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel so you never miss another physics video. Alright guys, stay tuned for the next one tomorrow at 12 noon.